Now, yesterday I presented a video with how the European Union managed to embarrass itself. Apparently, during a massive heat wave, the people working at the EU have decided to shut off the air conditioning for the people that worked below the seventh level of the building. Now, the interesting thing is that above the seventh level was the European Commission and Ursula von der Leyen. You know, like the actual important people, the prestigious ones, the ones that matter. Everyone below them can go fuck themselves. And this is how a lot of people have viewed that the European Union actually views itself. As in a way that they don't give a shit about optics. Because I, as a voter, if I want to punish them for this insolence and how they make the neoliberal state looks like, I have absolutely no recourse to do that. And so the question is like, how democratic is the European Union if they're actually not afraid of how things look like when it comes to the voters? But that's neither here nor there. What's interesting is that people have looked into it, and there seems to be like millions of euros spent from our taxpayer money in order to push the idea that, well, people should actually suffer during the middle of the summer. Just like there are ideas that people should also suffer during the middle of the winter. And all of it has to do with energy. And so, as you can see here, you have this Germany taxpayer-funded TV launches anti-air conditioning campaign in the middle of one of Europe's most severe heat waves on record. Now, the interesting thing is that the internet is actually global, and people from other parts of the world are looking at us and they are absolutely laughing, mocking, and ridiculing. One of those people seemed to be the Chinese, and in a video that, as you can see, went pretty viral with 4.4 million people, posted by a Chinese netizen, he is showing that in his nation, even the pigs have air conditioning, which begs the question, right? Like, if the Chinese Communist Party, a fascistic nation that is, built around oppressing its people, is allowing the pigs to have air conditioning, then does the European Union and Germany think of its citizens to be less than Chinese pigs? It is a question that's indeed interesting. Someone else told me that China is like Animal Farm, and I said, yes, they absolutely are like Animal Farm, except that it's an animal farm with air conditioning. Now, here's the interesting take. I'm a very cynical Eastern European person, right? Like, I benefited from a strong communist education. And communism was the ideology of the future, the ideology of the intellectuals that put aside mysticism and superstition, that put forward compassion, caring, and equality. And so with that ideology, I realized that the people in power, they enjoy certain things. Number one, they enjoy exploiting me, right? So like my purpose in life is to work as hard as possible so that the people in power can tax me and hopefully keep some of that cash and then redistribute that money to their friends. That's what's called equity. The other important thing is that the people in power, they enjoy feeling powerful, right? Like they enjoy being obeyed. And so the question is like, well, what do the people in power absolutely hate then? And the thing they hate is obligations, right? Like when the people in power have obligations to fulfill, they absolutely despise that. And so if I'm a little bit more cynical, and I assume that the purpose of the European Union is to rip away joy from society, like every minor pleasure has to be removed, then all of a sudden this makes a lot of sense. But jokes aside, what also seems to be happening is that if you have obligations as a European politician, then why don't you want old people to die? Like, legit question, like, what interest has the European Union in making sure that old people live so that they can get pension money, so that they can get health care, so that the European Union has to fulfill its obligation towards the elderly citizens? I'm legitimately asking, right? Like, why would a person from the European Commission, why would Ursula von der Leyen benefit if old people manage to live longer? And you may think like, V, that is a horrible question to ask. Like, what is wrong with you? Well, the reason I'm asking is because there are many videos of doctors in places like Germany and in other places like the European Union that are pointing out how the air conditioning being stopped in hospitals and in elderly people home are actually causing elderly people to experience cardiac arrests, to have problems when it comes to critical care, to experience heat strokes, so on and so forth, right? And so I haven't seen the European Union address this issue, because if you can have enough air conditioning for Ursula von der Leyen, right? If you can have enough air conditioning for the people that live over the 7th floor, like surely we can find, like together, if we put in the effort, we can find enough energy or power to have air conditioning in hospitals, right? Like, surely this is something that we as a society could do if we talk about equity and compassion and empathy. But for some reason, it seems that the resources are missing or something is going on, right? Like, why aren't people talking about this issue? Like, it should be on TV nonstop, right? Like, if hospitals run out of AC for the elderly, like, this should actually be something of main concern. But for some reason, the only place you get to hear it from happens to be Twitter. And with people that actually work in those hospitals. But anyway, right. Another question that I have, and this one is very interesting. I understand that, like all of us together, with Ursula von der Leyen holding her hands, right? Because like we're in this together, we're planet Earth. We must make sacrifices, right? Like we must make sacrifices in order to stop polluting the planet. Okay, fine. Why is it that the EU court has ruled that private jets manufacturing are classified as green investment? So let me understand something, right? Like I am constantly being shamed that I, as a citizen, have air conditioning, that I, as a citizen, occasionally have the audacity to travel abroad, right? Like I'm benefiting from the good thing that the European Union does, which is to remove borders. And for example, I want to visit France. Right? And because I want to do that, I'm a piece of shit. I'm the scum of the earth. I'm a disgusting individual because I'm polluting the planet, right? And I'm flying commercial. But meanwhile, politicians, they don't have private jets, but they have like jets paid from my money, right? Like my taxpayer money goes to buy them like jets that politicians fly with. Why the fuck can't they fly commercial with me? Like that's the question that I don't understand, right? Because like the commercial plane flies anyway. Why are they raising another plane in the sky? When do they get to feel ashamed? Like, when do they get to feel the stigma? Why is it that private jets get to exist if the world is dying? Like, can't people fly commercial? Why do you need a private jet? Personally, I also think that this whole air conditioning bullshit is in order to remind people why they have to obey, right? You have to obey because the only way to make the planet colder is to worship Ursula von der Leyen, the goddess of rain, I guess, right? So like if all of us, like we pay Ursula von der Leyen more cash and we obey her rules more, she can do the rain dance and she can bring down the temperature. And in order for us to understand how bad it is, like the air conditioning has to be missing from our home, from the hospital, right? Maybe grandma needs to die so that Ursula von der Leyen goes like, see, this is why I need to have more privilege. This is why I deserve to have more power. To bring safetyism. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, we'll see each other in the comment section. Take care.